guys, it's me. I'm back. What's up, party people? We're like, Max, come on. All right, this show is taking a turn for the. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Monster Bass Live. We got a really special show for you today. We got a good friend of the show, and a good friend of mine, and a good friend of the community, John Carroll, better known as MONGO Fishing, and we're gonna have some good conversation because it's been a while. And but before we do. It's been brought to my attention a few of my failings, and it reminds me of childhood all over again, because I wasn't good enough for my father, but it was brought to my attention today by my good friend Marty Lawson, because he has classified G14 clearance from the Pentagon. It was brought to my attention that I might get made fun of today for one of the stickers. And I thought to myself, what are you talking about? And so he sent it to me. And I looked at it, I'm like, Marty, I'm sorry, I'm not following you. I am not following you. What's wrong with the stickers? And so he sends it to me. And I'm like, okay, yeah, so what? Keep reeling the good vibes. And then he says to me, read it again. Keep reeling the good vibes. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, not only did this make it through my quality assurance testing, it made it through my creative director, it made it through the printer, and it made it through a lot of people's eyes until it takes my good friend Marty Lawson to rub it in my face. Thank you, Marty. And I'm only half joking because it is pretty. It's pretty much like this is nuts. All right. Then it was brought to my attention that the golden tickets, are not being put into the boxes in the proper order, and somebody got one this month that's lower than my number. And I thought to myself, okay, I sent instructions to the warehouse, and I asked them to always start with the smallest number and go up, so that way I can keep track of them, and then I'll always know how many are left over, right? Because if you print 100,000 and you're at 60,000, well, then you have 40 left. But now I don't know. Then it was brought to my attention that I put the March's limited edition sticker in the kids box. And it was reminded me that the fish is drinking a beer. To which my response was, they've all seen a beer commercial. They watch sports. Most of them. So, whatever. It's all good.
I'm sorry, I had to giggle at that. That's funny.
Is that God? God, are you laughing at me? I don't understand where that came from. Anyway, so there you go. Thanks for all the positive wishes. Actually, none. Oh God, not a good month. Rick, you really screwed up. These are all collector's items now. See, that's how you turn lemons into lemonade. All right. Well, anyway, homeless Rick is Still on the clock. We got 13 days left in the month, and I don't know where I'm going to be living on April 1st. Don't know where I'm going to be living on April 1st. So with that, I think we should start the show. I'm going to get fired up for it. I got my Vicks inhaler, which I think I might be mildly addicted to because it's so good. Man. All right. So, our guest today, he's a heck of an angler. He's a heck of a human. And he got to do things in the military. Well, let me think about this before I say it. He got to do things in the military that I used to do when I was little. Now, granted, you know, the things I got to do when I was little or wanted to do when I was little are very different than his. His are a little more serious. But all right, we gotta keep this rolling. So let's give a big warm welcome. Let's give a big warm welcome to Mr. John Carroll.
Thank you, Rick.
What's going on, man?
How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. I mean, other than rabies, shingles, homeless, can't spell, don't think about the children. This one, I swear to God, I stared at it. He sent it to me today. I'm like, I don't get it, man.
I didn't see it till you pointed it out.
Yeah. I don't think many people did, and those that'll tell you that they did are full of it. I don't believe it for a second, because I looked at this. Man, how did I not see that? How did my creative director, who needs to be fired, by the way, Brandon, you are fired if you're watching this. Man.
But yeah, it's collector's item now.
Yeah, it's definitely a collector's edition.
Just slap those on the tackle boxes and call it good.
Yeah, speaking of the tackle boxes, I just saw Evolution Outdoors has got a new one, and they've got the label on it. I wonder if they're paying them a licensing fee.
I saw several at the Classic.
Yeah, I'm sure they just walk around and just slap you with a cease and desist because, I mean, whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But, we're going to turn lemons into lemonade, except for the person. So, I make the announcement that I'm going to, you go to the page and you buy it, and 100% of the money goes to MONSTERBASS Care so we can support veterans. And you know what someone had the audacity to do? Someone had the audacity to go to the MONSTERBASS Care's Venmo page and make 10 $1 donations.
Okay.
And then send me an email to my support team asking when they would receive their 10 tackle boxes. To which I promptly said, wait a minute. We're trying to do something for good, and you're trying to scam the system. So I gave them back. I gave them back their $10 and told them to go punt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's new with you, man?
Right now I'm down here in Florida visiting with my buddy Hunter Bogman, fishes MPFL. I'm his media guy this week.
Ooh.
First time back in a bass boat in quite a while, and it feels fantastic.
How long has it been?
It's been a couple of years. It's been, since I've seriously thought about fishing again and the tournament scene. It's been a couple of years, but this has been really fun. And I've not made a single cast because I'm just a media guy. I'm not allowed to make a single cast. I'm just here to film and BS with them, and I'm having the time of my life. I mean, we got absolutely soaked 2 days ago. Found out my rain gear is no longer rainproof. Froze my butt off and still had a blast. If that's the worst thing that happens to me today, it's a fantastic day.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Now, why you said you hadn't been in a boat in a couple of years? What took you away from the boat?
Just life pulled me in a different direction.
Yeah.
You know, I had to take a break.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And for those that are watching at home that don't know your story, you're a veteran?
Yes, sir. So I did 25 years active duty, like 5 of those as a military police officer, and then 20 years as a job called explosive ordnance disposal, which is the military's version of the bomb squad. So it's a fantastic job. I don't think there's a better job out there. I really don't. I know you're making a difference every day that you're doing your job. On days that we didn't, get called out, then we were professional students and professional athletes. I mean, if you think about it, we work out and train and then do the job. That's all you do.
And so were you like clearing fields, or they'd find one and they're like, oh, we gotta, yeah. How's that work?
So typically, they'll use engineers for clearing areas and area denial, like, if for minefields and etc.
Yeah.
Over in Afghanistan and Iraq, we were primarily used for IEDs, for improvised explosive devices. I mean, we're trained on everything from hand grenades to nukes and everything in between. But those wars became primarily IED wars.
Wow. And did you ever have to take one like off a human being?
Not off of an alive human being.
Got it. Wow. And how long were you over there?
I did 7 deployments total, but yeah, I think my total service overseas was 5 years and 2 months and 3 days or something like that.
Wow. What like? How do you go from detonating bombs to a media guy? Like,
play your silly game. How do you do that? No, I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know. I just got into bass fishing again. Like, I did it when I was a kid, and I wanted to be a professional angler, and I was told living on the West Coast that you can't do that from living over here. Give up that dream, kid. And so I listened to him, and I did, and ended up joining the military, and then not really bass fishing much in the military because I fell in love with saltwater fishing, and that became my jam.
Yeah.
And then, I got back into freshwater fishing again, and then got the tournament bug, and it didn't really matter if I did well or not. I was having a blast competing. But then, I don't know, just I eventually, like, YouTube and everything just kind of, I don't know, it kind of spun out and took a break for a few years. Spent a lot of time out hiking out in Arizona, paddleboarding, spending time like around the water, just not on a bass boat doing super fast.
Let me take a step backwards again.
Okay.
I was just thinking about your job. It's only pass fail, right?
Yeah, it's so our motto is initial success or total failure.
Yeah. And total failure means you're getting blown up too?
Well, you have to do it wrong. That's sort of the joke, like I've told Hunter before. If I mess up, it's no longer my problem.
Fair enough.
So everybody thinks about, like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so scary walking down an IED. And I really didn't think it was. And it's not because I'm super brave or anything like that. Don't get it twisted. It's that you just come to terms with what could happen and then don't let it happen. I know that sounds super simple, but like you just come to terms that this could be the last thing I ever do. And honestly, I found it pretty peaceful. The long walk was pretty peaceful.
So, are you able to bring that peacefulness and that approach into your daily life?
No, I really can't. It's just it was a whole nother level of
Like consciousness.
serenity. Yeah, I can't describe it.
Huh.
But it was just, I mean, that was how it was for me. I can't say it's that way for every EOD tech.
Yeah.
But that's how it was for me.
But
don't get twisted also, like we try not to go down in the bomb suit. You don't want to do the Hollywood thing of, oh, let me cut the red wire. Like we don't want to do that. Like that's the Hollywood version. That's the last resort. But it does happen and you do have to do it sometimes. Or you may have to do it sometimes. Not going to say every EOD tech has to do it either.
What's the non-Hollywood version? How do you...
Robots and shit. Robots and stuff. Sorry.
That's okay. Oh, got it. All right.
Because like every Hollywood movie, they're going down there and hand jamming it. Yeah. They're snipping the wires. The blue wires, the red wire. Like, freaking, what's it matter? What the dude uses a green wire and a yellow wire? It doesn't make it like a super felony. Right. Like, come on. Color of the wires are relevant.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I would think that it... Was it... And when you would walk, when you'd make the walk, like, could you hear anything else, or was it just like all just quiet?
I found it very quiet. Yeah. Like it was just, like you can, you can hear everything and nothing at the same time. Like you're not surrounded by sound, but you're in tune with everything.
Yeah. Wow.
Does that make sense? Like you don't.
A ton of sense.
I don't know how to describe it. Again, that's how it was for me. That's just my personal experience. I can't say it's that way for everybody.
Wow.
But it does make you look at life different. Like I said, the first time I zeroed in a tournament, dude, I was crushed, absolutely crushed. And it probably took 2 months before I got like over that feeling. And I'm like, dude, this is like, it's a couple $100. Like, why are you still upset over this? If that's the worst thing that happens to you in the day, still a good day. Someone in this world had a much worse day.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. So, do you find that same quiet comfort when you're hiking?
I can get in my own headspace a little bit, that could be good or that could be bad.
Sure.
Same thing with paddleboarding.
Yeah.
I think paddleboarding's more fun. I'm going to catch a bass on a paddleboard this year. I'm going to do that.
And are you going to fish a tournament this year?
I'm thinking about fishing as a in for an upcoming tournament. I don't want to jump back in on the front of the boat. I still have my boat. I just haven't used it. I'm not ready to pull the trigger and be responsible again for trying to find my own fish and someone else's fish. I always feel guilty if my co doesn't catch a limit, even though it's not their fault or it's not my fault. But I still feel bad if they don't catch fish. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm not ready for that commitment yet.
I get it.
But the MPFL is having a military-only tournament. And so I'm thinking about doing that one. That's in like September, though, in Lake Douglas in Tennessee.
Okay.
Being put on by the MPFL. So I may do that one. That one sounds kind of fun.
What if you did a couple warm-ups, like some online fishing tournaments?
What you got in mind?
Wow.
It's Fishing Chaos, right?
I don't know. The instructions that I gave were, I want to do this, but I don't want to be involved in doing it. I need someone, because if I take on more, I'm never going to get anything done, and I'm going to be the bottleneck. So Matt Brown has set up the tournament. You go to monsterbass.com/tournament, and then it takes you wherever you want to go, and you can sign up and do all that. Maybe we should have a Beat John category. And,
that'd be pretty easy.
Well, maybe not. I mean, listen.
We'll find out. I could get lucky.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to fish down here in Florida right now, so
why?
They at least have a head start because I'm a media guy. The way the rules are written, family members, sponsors, like they can fish with an angler in practice, but I'm just a media guy. So we didn't want to violate any rule in any way, shape, or form. So I didn't bring any rods. I haven't touched any tackle. I haven't done anything.
Wait a minute. Wait. So I
didn't even help little buddy get unstuck when he get a snag. Like I made sure I'm not touching anything.
So if I'm fishing a tournament and my brother is in the boat, I'm going to be disqualified?
That would depend on your league, but your brother is an immediate family member. I'm not an immediate family member.
Oh, gotcha. So I can't be in the boat with somebody else.
You're like if you were Hunter's sponsor, for example, then yeah, he might be able to get the okay because you're a sponsor. For practice. Not for the tournament, but for practice.
Wow. So many rules. No wonder Scott Martin can't stay in a tournament. Oh, too soon. That was too soon. I don't even know what the problems were. All I know is there was this period of time where all you saw on YouTube was Scott Martin disqualified again. And I'll be honest, I couldn't even tell you to this day. I couldn't even tell you to this day what he was disqualified for. And then the next thing I know, someone says he's fishing carp tournaments or something. I'm like, no way. I don't believe any of this crap. Anyway.
That's funny.
Yeah. We had an active shooter at our local VA. If you are a praying person, air support requested. Oof. All right. Well, Cap asked for it, so everyone, we gotta send your thoughts and prayers. It's it's unfortunate. Let's hope everyone stays safe. So
that's why I get uncomfortable in crowds, dude. For real.
Yeah,
like,
I remember telling me that.
You take me to Costco. I'm getting the 3 things I need, and I'm leaving. And I know Costco likes to move their shit around to make you walk around longer. Sorry, dude. If it's not where it was supposed to be, I'm gone. I will leave with 2 things. You're not keeping me trapped in that building with all these people just aimlessly shopping. Not happening.
So how'd you handle the classic?
I stepped outside about 87 times.
Yeah.
Had a blast, though.
I bet. Is that the first classic in a long time?
It was first classic ever.
Wow.
It was so much fun. And I saw so many people that I've recognized, like it was a good time. It really was.
So
couldn't complain. I'm planning on going to next year's also.
Oh.
Already. Lake Hartwell.
Yeah.
And that's a fun lake.
It's near. Yeah, I remember when my son was looking at colleges. He looked at some down there. I'm like, oh, I guess we could buy a lake house.
With the money for your house, yes.
Wow. I need to move. I don't know what's going to happen.
So you're going to rebuild or what?
No, I'm looking for another place right now. I'm down to 2, and the one that I want, I don't know that I can get just yet. So, plus I made a big purchase of another kind that's kind of like, yeah. I don't know.
Still in the Hollywood area or where?
Yeah, I'm not moving very far. I'd need to make a lot more money to move to the beach. Someday yes. I want to move to the beach. That's where I'd like to be.
Yeah.
But not while I have a kid in college. I mean, It's $10,000 every single month.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's the dumbest thing ever. That kid better be my 401k or we're in trouble. But okay. So all right, so you work, you're Hunter's media guy. And is that a full season thing, or is that like specific?
So
do we put him on the spot and see if we're gonna if he's gonna hire you full time?
Well, John worked for Oreos and Gatorade, so
he's pretty affordable, is what you're saying.
yeah. So the deal, I've got a wife, a 4.5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 3-week-old, and yeah.
And
so,
she allows you to fish on tour?
Yeah, well, that's how we pay our bills, so kind of have to at this point. Oof. I've committed.
Yeah.
But they travel with me to all of them. But with having a 3-week-old, they didn't travel to this one. Yeah. So I saw it, man. I text John in like November, and I'm like, hey, look, I wanted to do some stuff. Like, we're going to go live on my pages and stuff tomorrow, which I'm playing with on doing like a more permanent setup with the whole Starlink deal. So I was like, man, I'm not going to have a truck full of kids. So, John, why don't you ride with me and let's do this? It'll be fun. You'll kind of see the insides of a national league, and meet some really cool people. And just see how it goes. We're going to play with some stuff, just see where it goes from here.
I like that. It's not a yes, it's not a no.
Yeah.
Somewhere right down there. It's just, right there in the middle.
Mongo is always allowed in my boat. We may not have room to get him to the lake with all the kids I have, but Mongo is always allowed in my boat, anywhere, anytime.
Well, thank you, buddy.
He's a big boy.
Well, Hunter's my little buddy. Like we've gone
about
fishing.
1/2 his height.
He is one. You know what? That's what I love about fishing with Hunter. Is when we fish, we could fish on the same boat together and have the largest height difference of any team out there, and still be less than 10 foot tall between two of us. Where else are you gonna find less than 10 foot of adult male as a team with a 3 foot height difference? Just not happening.
Not happening.
Not happening.
Somebody asked, how did you rank? I'm assuming we're talking in the military, not your fishing.
Oh, I got out of
higher in the
military. Yes, I ranked higher in the military than I did fishing. I got out as a master sergeant.
Oh, master sergeant. Hold on. You want to go outside, puppy? You want to go? No.
I ranked higher than I did fishing. That's good, dude. It's true though.
All right, we're back. So, what'd you do with your YouTube channel?
It's still there. Ironically, one of the other guys that's staying here with us, Travis Jewell, he a couple days ago he broke his ghost trolling motor, and I was like, "Hey, I made a YouTube video about that." And he was like, "Dude, I think I watched your video today out on the lake."
That's funny.
So, yeah. I haven't put any content out in a couple years. Hunter and I were talking about it earlier today. I have a feeling that it's coming.
Yeah.
I just haven't done it in so long,
Yeah.
Besides little clips with the, paddleboarding with the dog on TikTok, that's been about it.
Hey, puppy.
But fishing's coming.
Oh, it's a big. You're such a big baby. Yesterday was St. Bauer's Day. My dog died a year ago, and
Dude, Bauer was an awesome pup. I remember him.
Yeah.
Met him when I came over to your house.
Yeah. And now I have the dopiest pit bull. He's scared of everything. Right, buddy? Why don't you go outside? Hold on. Watch this. Let's see.
I remember him.
Augie. Where are the squirrels? Where are the squirrels? Go get them! Go get them all!
I'm be like, I'm here my first time of the year, and my media man has a podcast interview, and I know. As soon as I get that posting this stuff,
Dude, you should totally do that.
I'm going to. So when I start talking, you can just ignore me.
Yeah. Hunter's making a video right now, or he's going to be in a second, so he'll be talking in the background.
That's great. That's great. How's your family?
So I got a divorce 2 years ago, but my kids and grandkids are doing well.
It's great.
Yeah.
That's all you can ask for or hope for.
Right. My dad's doing well. My mom died this last June. But she was 80 years old. It's kind of, it gets to be more expected. And she had several health issues. So at least she's out of pain. That's how I got to look at it.
Yeah, for sure.
Or you got to look at the positive on everything.
Yeah. There he goes, chasing squirrels. What? So when you were in Phoenix or Scottsdale, yeah, you told me about this job that you were doing.
Oh yeah.
It was like, and you were just like so nonchalant about it. And I'm like, wait a minute, you're doing what?
Yeah. So, yeah, that was a hobby of mine back in the day for like 20 years. Is I used to grow live coral, and what got me into the saltwater hobby was in 2004. I did a trip to North Korea, and we flew into South Korea, and then flew into China, and then hopped on a commercial airline, flew into Pyongyang, stayed at this really fancy resort in Pyongyang, and they had an extremely undersized fish tank with this huge green sea turtle in it. And I knew nothing about saltwater tanks, but I knew that that's got to be too small. Spent the next 30 days up at the Chosin Reservoir, and with nothing to do but just question and think. I mean, we have no access to the outside world. You don't have any internet. You don't have anything like that. So when I got back to the States, I started looking into saltwater aquariums and got into the hobby and fell in love with it and did it for like 20 years. So yeah, the job I had was I ran the coral section at a fish store in Phoenix, part-time.
That is that sounds like it'd be such a fun, like, it just seems like it'd be such a fun, cool thing to do. Like, it doesn't seem like, yeah.
Once you learn it, like, you can look at it like bass fishing. There's progression. People start out, probably with the little Zebco reel before they graduate to a spinning reel, before they graduate to a bait caster. And the same thing happens in coral. Yeah. So you'll graduate one day. But,
okay.
But the same sort of concept with coral, people will start with the easy corals, and then they're like, okay, well, that's pretty cool. Let's look at something that's a little more difficult. And next thing you know, they're growing, maybe they progress into, but, there's thousands of different colors and species out there. So you can just fall in a little niche and stay there. Have a gorgeous tank that is super simple if you want. In fact, one of the employees, I don't work there anymore. I quit, and now I'm out here and doing this. Hunter's going to film his video right now. But anyway, yeah, so they called me yesterday they messaged me yesterday asking, how do I, I have these corals that are acting funny. What do I got to do? And so I messaged back, said, do this.
Okay. So now we're back in Arizona.
What's that?
Sorry, now we're back in Arkansas.
Yes.
Is that where we're planning to reside? Or still
I am. everything is to be determined. I like to stay, I'm easy like Sunday morning. I like to stay nimble. I like to be predictable, but yet unpredictable, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. I have, there's a little bit of method to my madness.
Mm. Mm. I think you'd be really good. You'd be really good, like managing like the tackle section at a Bass Pro. Although then you'd have to deal with people.
Right. And someone's going to want to throw a Ned rig. And then what do I do? Kick him out of the store?
I would.
You know, like
I would. I mean, let's be honest.
We don't allow that talk here?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. What when you decide the day is gonna come and you're gonna cast the line, what are you throwing?
Man, the first cast so that I catch a fish this time of year, it would probably be probably a Senko. I'll tell you, I'll try to skip a dock, but probably hit the boat, backlash everything. As I'm picking it out, the Senko will swim away. That's how it'll go.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And
yeah, no, like this is my favorite time of year. I mean, you can, depending on what stage the fish are in, but you can smack them in the face with a swim jig. You know, you can, depending on where you live, you might be getting on a frog bite already. You never know, and that's all fun to me.
What are the similarities between the military and fishing? For you?
Lots of waiting.
Lots of waiting. All right.
Yeah, no, man. I don't know. It's just a place. I mean, fishing just allows me to see. That's something I want to get back into is remembering that fishing used to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And last year when my mom died, Hunter took me out on some random little pond, and we had a blast. And it was the first time fishing had been fun for me in a long time. So, but being out here on the boat with them all week, like I'm ready to have fun on the water fishing. So
yeah, you deserve that.
I'm sure I'm gonna have 5 to 10 rods laying on the deck when I start.
Mm-hmm. Why did fishing become not fun?
I think I did it to myself. So like with EOD, initial success or total failure, right? And like you weren't allowed to make mistakes because it could cost you your life or someone else's. Bass fishing, I can make mistakes and it's no big deal. Theoretically, no one's going to get hurt or die from a mistake or a bad decision you make bass fishing. And I would, like, legit, dude, I would beat myself up way too much from a poor performance, and it was all internal. And I think that just spun me out. Like, I don't need to catch fish for anybody else, but I would get so upset that, I tried to do well for the viewers, but rode the struggle bass that day or whatever. But at the same time, I remember winning a tournament and not feeling super happy because I didn't want to sound like I'm bragging. So it was kind of like a weird, like I'm willing to beat myself up, but I didn't want to say, hey, I did good also. So I think that's all internal stuff. That's why it spun me out.
Does the no mistakes thing show up in like all areas of your life? Are people allowed to make mistakes, or do you hold that same standard that you're held?
No. People can make mistakes. Yeah. It's that I beat myself up more than, like, if someone else makes a mistake, like whatever, build a bridge, get over it. I just have a harder time building that bridge with myself. I burn it first.
You're not
before I build it.
Not very forgiving for yourself.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
At least I've identified that.
Yeah, yeah. And knowing's half the battle. I mean, someone once told me, like, the way that you should think about the way that you talk to yourself the same way that you should think about the way that you talk to a 5-year-old.
Yep. I heard the same thing. Put a picture of 5-year-old you on your phone and think, would you say that to your 5-year-old, or would you say that to yourself if you were 5?
Right. Because the inner child is the 5-year-old version of you, and they just need to feel loved, protected, and know that everything's going to be okay. I might have to go back to therapy because we only got like 20 likes, and we've had some pretty good conversations. No, therapy is a great thing. Like I remember when I moved to Canada, I was living in Canada for like 9 years, and God, you could take advantage of that healthcare system. Like if you really wanted it, I would get massages. I would go to the dentist 4 times a year. Now, if I needed an MRI, it might take me, 8 to 12 months. But someone was like, yeah, did you know you can get a therapist? I'm like, no. They're like, yeah, it's totally free. And I was like, I'm going to go. And I'd tell all my friends, and they'd be like, why are you going to therapy? I'm like, why not? I get to go tell them all this stuff, and I don't have to worry about being judged. I'm just going to tell them all the crap that's going on in my life. And I remember telling my mom, and she's like, wow, that's really good. She goes, I think I'm going to do that. And then my mother got a therapist. And I was like, yeah, I think therapy is a great thing. And
I've had some good therapists. I'm in between therapists right now.
Yeah.
It happens.
I think you got it. It's definitely about finding the right one.
You have to have the right one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just a conversation that doesn't really do anything.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, T-Rex said it himself. Life is not guaranteed. Enjoy your life and do what makes you happy.
Yeah. It's fact. So that's why I said I started hiking a lot more and paddleboarding, because I was able to like reconnect with nature. So like, here's the whole story. I went to Phoenix and to go skydiving. I remember one of my buddies that's on my wrist, and so we were supposed to go skydiving over the Grand Canyon, and we couldn't skydive because we were rained out every single day in Arizona. It was either raining over the Grand Canyon or raining over Flag, where we were trying to take off out of. Either way, 4 days of being canceled. And so for 4 days, we just picked random hikes and went on. And so it rained one day, and I sat outside and I watched the rain and like smelled the rain. And for the first time in like 20 years, the desert didn't feel like it was trying to kill me. And so it was pretty therapeutic, just chilling in Arizona and hiking in a place that is desert, but not the same desert. I don't know. It felt therapeutic. So
it's amazing.
I don't know.
It is therapeutic. I find the woods to be very therapeutic. I think that I don't find fishing to be therapeutic because I always feel like it's work. And so when people are like, why aren't you out fishing more? It's like, because all day long, all I do is look at fishing stuff. And the last thing I want to do is go fishing.
Dude, I saw Give It Away AJ at the Classic, right? And we were talking about you. And anyway, I showed him a video of me and Coda paddleboarding. And he was like, dude, thank you. And I said, for what? He goes, for not showing me a fish picture. Yeah. He's like, I see so many fish pictures. He's like, I'm not because I don't get upset by it, but it was refreshing to not see a fish picture.
Yeah. It's
So,
yeah, I find that, like, you know, it's kind of like the live stream, right? Like, we could sit here and talk about how to fish a square bill, but like there's 1,800 podcasts and all they do is talk about how to fish square bills. And I'm like, I can't watch another one of those. I can't.
So what do you want to talk about? What's Big Rick got going on now?
What's that?
So what's Big Rick got going on right now?
Well, I'm
Besides the house.
besides the house, I'm buying a company.
Okay.
A 48-year-old metal fabrication and pneumatic exhaust company.
Okay.
And I know nothing about pneumatic exhaust. And, well, I mean, I know a lot now. But, you know, I have to start thinking about, like, I got to start thinking about retirement. I'm getting old. And so I'm going to buy this company and install a CEO and just be like, like a silent owner. And hopefully I'll be able to make enough money and retire, because it ain't cheap here in California. And that keeps me up at night.
Right.
Unless your family grew up here and your parents died and leave you the $2 million home, it's almost impossible to retire here. And we talked about this a long time ago with your house, right? When we were like, well, my house is worth this, and then you're showing me what I could be buying in Arkansas, and I was like, oh my God, I could buy the whole town. It was, I mean, I'm exaggerating, but yeah.
You could. You could live on the lake and have a really.
I know.
For your house price.
I know. Money keeps me up, and recently this health thing has, you know, I've kind of walked through the world feeling that I'm invincible and nothing can stop me, and I'm going to live to 100. And it wasn't until I got sick with shingles that I was like, I should probably take my health a little more seriously. And I should probably like really turn this into like my new mission. And and so I went into the bathroom and I took my clothes off and I took a picture of myself, and I was like, all right, this is the before, and let's see how long it takes for me to get to the after. And the more I think about it, the more I realize there's not going to be an after, because it's an ongoing thing that's just going to have to become a lifestyle. And
correct. Unless you want to do an after with a timeline, but yeah, otherwise it's a lifelong thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like
I need to get back into it.
Yeah, it's kind of like when people say, "Oh, I've gone 2 years without drinking." I often wonder if they're keeping, you know, when they're keeping track, because, well, I don't know if that's the right thing to do. Maybe it just should be like, for someone that doesn't drink, it's just like, yeah, I don't drink anymore, instead of.
Yeah.
And I get that there's a proudness factor. Like, I don't have that type of struggle with any kind of addiction, and so, you know, to each his own. But I think
I didn't take him illegally or immorally or unethically or anything like that. But I was on prescription opiates for 11 straight years.
Dang.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
for
back issues from injuries.
That's crazy.
Yep, 11 straight years. I've had multiple back surgeries. And then I got so afraid, I came off of them on my own with the help of a doctor initially.
Yeah.
And then the last, so at one point, if any of these people are medical professionals, at one point I was taking 250 MED per day, morphine equivalency dose. And 2 of my meds said taking as prescribed may cause overdose. I had to teach my kids to administer Narcan. I carried Narcan with me everywhere and said, just in case, here it is. And then in 2018-ish, I think, I was at a Wounded Warrior event and had an issue. And when I came back, I told my doc, I said, I don't want to be taking this crap anymore. And she said, well, at this dose, we can't just cut you off. We have to wean you up. I said, whatever, do what you got to do. I just don't want to take this the rest of my life. So we weaned back to 40 MED, which was 4 10 milligram hydrocodones a day. And then from there, I weaned myself out completely. And then I had 2 leg surgeries in 2024 and didn't take my meds with either one of them because I was afraid to take an opiate. Not because I was afraid that I'd be addicted. It's because the way that everybody beats people up for taking an opiate, like, oh my gosh, you must be a drug addict. So again, how that negative self-talk, I did it to myself. And instead of taking my pain pills that were prescribed for the 2 surgeries on my leg, I just avoided them and dealt with the pain because I was afraid to, again, I'd beat myself up for it. So, but I'm getting better. I know better than do that now. Deal with the pain, take it if you need it.
Yeah. And have good conversations with the 5-year-old version of yourself.
Yes, I'm learning.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
All life is a series of baby steps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What when you got out of the military,
yeah,
and you came home, was like the first year being done like the worst? Because you're going from structured routine and you have missions to then having whatever you want.
It was yes and no. Like you have to be, you're responsible for your own time. And a lot of people just take over a new job, and I didn't want to do that. I'm not 100% disabled through the VA, but I also don't spend a lot of money. I live pretty cheap, so with my retirement and my VA, I was able to I didn't need to do the other job, the choral job. I did that for more of fun and investing. And, ultimately, Rick, my 10-year goal with like 9 more years to go is to own 40 acres of land or more, but 40 is what I want at a minimum, where I can bring fellow Wounded Warriors up to my house and go bass fishing if they want, or, maybe shoot a deer. But that's ultimately my goal. And that's why I was working that job, was to pay off credit cards, save, invest. And so that one day I can buy this property to share with people. So
where do you want that property to be?
I will probably, I'm looking for Arkansas. I really am. There's a significant deer population there. Cost of living is cheap. People are nice. Fishing's okay. It works out.
I love that. I bet that there's some grants that are available to.
There probably are. I'm not educated on that, so that'd be something I'd have to learn. But for the time being, I don't know enough.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about it.
That's awesome. I mean, that's really if you can find a way to make that happen and give back and help some people along the way, that'd be amazing.
That's my goal. You know, I'd be the worst rich person in the world. Like, if I had that insane wealth that some of our world leaders have, I would I'd put a taco stand on top of every mountain in Phoenix, because every time I got on top of a mountain, I wanted tacos. I would probably make it a world event. Like, if I had $1 billion, I would probably travel the world to find the best street taco, and then buy that guy's company and hire him as my own personal chef. Whatever. I love street tacos.
I eat them. Well, I was eating them about 4 to 5 times a week, and I'm probably going tonight because it's literally right down the road. I love those street tacos. They got me. I was asking them about the tortilla presses, and she's like, no, you can't get that one. It's got to be made from this specific wood. And so now I've got a tortilla press that weighs like 50 pounds, it seems like. And I had her come over to my house and teach me how to make the masa the right way, because I was making it and it was a mess, and she's laughing at me. And then I go to Vallarta's, which is this Mexican grocery store, and the ladies, I know they're all laughing at me because, you know, I'm asking questions and they're like, who's this? Here's this little white boy in the Mexican grocery store asking the ladies and stuff how to make masa. And that, I love tacos. I love them so much.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to get political, but ICE was going to have a problem if they went to the wrong place in Phoenix. I was going to be really upset. There were some places that I was like, you better not go to that. No, that's my favorite people.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I would be scared as hell, because I'm pretty sure a lot of them are undocumented.
And they make amazing food.
And the idea of them of going to work every day and like just literally like this all the time, I can't even imagine what their lives the fear inside their bodies.
Yeah, I would not have been a fan.
Yeah. So what's on store for you now? You're gonna do some filming.
I am. So day 1 is tomorrow. Today was media day. Hunter did tackle prep. Sorry, we're having a delivery at the house right now.
No worries.
Hunter had a tackle prep, and then a little community outreach thing at a tackle store with a bunch of kids and stuff like that, and then getting gas and doing the rest of tackle prep and all that stuff. And me being the media guy, I just got to sit here and watch and film. I mean, I don't know if for those of you guys, he doesn't like to point this out, but I'm willing to do it. For those of you who don't know who Hunter is, he doesn't have. Put your hands up real quick, just real fast. Fishes National Professional Fishing League with 2.5 fingers. That's, I don't know. I don't know how to say inspirational, like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, I don't even know how he can do it.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
And he has taken my lunch money more than one occasion. The dude's good. Dude's real good. And super nice human being too. So
yeah.
I had the opportunity to hang out with Hunter for the week. Was like, yes. So yeah, practice ended yesterday. Media day was today. Yeah, practice starts again tomorrow. Date 1 of the tournaments tomorrow. So hopefully, I'm hoping that, by day 3, he's got such a big bag that they don't have me in the boat and they have a real camera boat instead. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
That's my But yeah, so we're gonna head back to Arkansas in a few days after the tournament's over. I'm gonna get my boat washed and get it, or maybe I'll go run it around the river and rinse it off first and then get it washed. But it's time to get wet.
I love that for you. I hope you find the joy that fishing once gave to you.
I hope so too. I think it's there. I just gotta find that 5-year-old that used to love catching bluegill.
Maybe just go fishing for a bluegill.
Thinking about it. We talked about a crappie trip the other day, so might just go. Yeah, just go out and catch the fish. Who cares what they are?
Yeah, who cares?
Right.
I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, it's all just what makes you happy.
Right. Exactly.
So, what time is it there? 8 o'clock.
Yes.
I should probably let you guys go. It's probably getting late. Let me turn this down. Look at
what? What is that? That's awesome.
You can ask either one of us a question.
Oh, that is too funny, dude.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So are you going to the Classic next year?
Yeah,
I have a business idea that I'll text you.
Okay.
It's something that I noticed when walking around. Again, first time ever there, but it was something that popped in my head. And I don't know if all Classics are as big as this one was here in Knoxville.
They're always about the same.
But I noticed something that has the potential of it just has potential.
Ooh,
I'll run it past you.
Let's make it.
Yeah, I'll run it past you.
Okay.
It's not a bait. It's just an idea, which I want to hear your input.
Okay. I like that idea. Hey, the good news is there's good and bad news.
Okay.
The bad news is that the price of tungsten has gone up 400%.
It's disgusting.
The good news is that the inventory that we're sitting on is worth 4 times as much. Yeah, it's a tough time to be in tungsten. I had to go look at prices today, and I went on Tackle Warehouse, and I was like, wait a minute. A 1 ounce tungsten weight is like $15.
It's stupid. It's just stupid. It's just stupid.
I know.
Like, I need to refill my tungsten at the same time I don't want to.
Oh, no, you should. You should.
But it's
if you're going to get out on a boat.
Yeah, I know I need to. I do. But
yeah, you let me know. You let me know what you need, and we'll I'll get you outfitted with some soft plastics, some hard baits, some wire baits, some tungsten, some tackle trays.
That's probably what I'll need is you know what? Do you still have bags?
Like what kind of bags?
Like the Monster Bass, the clear Monster Bass bags that you would ship stuff in when those and trays and tungsten. I probably have more than enough soft plastics right now still, I assume, unless they've all melted. But they should all still be fine, I would think. I hope my crankbaits all didn't pop from the heat, but I'll find that out too when I dig through them. But yeah, but I'll reach out if there's something I can think of.
Yeah, please
for
do.
Sure.
Please do.
I know that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
I'm looking forward to you getting out on the water and the day that you call me to tell me that you found your joy, and because I wish nothing but good things for you. I really
Thank
do.
you very much, Rick. Thank you very much. Yeah, you're an awesome dude. You really are.
Well, you're
both of your egos.
Thank you. You're a pretty awesome guy yourself.
Don't
let yourself ever tell you that you're not.
It's so tough, man. But I think I'm doing better. I really do.
That's great.
I feel like I'm doing better.
Well, you look good.
You
look good.
I got so sick last year. I lost in the last 3 years. I've had rhabdomyolysis 3 times. It's the first time was from working out too much. The second time I don't know what caused it, and the third time I do know what caused it. I don't really want to talk about it. It was stupid. But yeah, rhabdo is you work out too much and your body, instead of breaking down muscle and rebuilding, it just keeps breaking down and starts dissolving itself. So puts you in like kidney failure. So I ended up losing like 30 pounds in the last 3 years. I put some of it back on, but majority is gone right now. But that's another thing, focusing on my health, physical and mental, quit beating up the little kid. And then, start mentally feeling better. I should hopefully start physically feeling better. I just need to remember to not overdo it and get rhabdo.
Good. And I realized I never answered your question about the Classic. Yes, I will likely go to the Classic next year. I really couldn't this year. I mean, I debated back and forth about going because it's so damn expensive. You don't make any money on it. And, it's good from an awareness, and it's fun to see everybody. And I loved it. Like, I had so much fun last year with Matt and Coley and T-Rex and seeing people like Gramps and Caro and some of the others that, like, you see them in the chat week after week, but you never actually get to meet them. And so when you actually get to meet them, it's really cool. But then, then they showed me like the booth location. I was like, all right, it's a garbage booth location. And then it just came down to, I wasn't feeling well. And I was like, I don't know that I should travel any longer or anymore right now. I should just, instead of always saying yes, sometimes you got to say no to get to your yeses. And, and so I think I'll be back next year.
I learned that as a, sometimes, well, I don't know, it's a leadership style. Sometimes you have to, even if you know that no is the answer, and you got to convince a person that no is the answer, you just got to talk them into letting them make that decision that no is the answer versus telling them.
Yeah.
Or in this case, just going, no, it's just not. The juice isn't worth the squeeze all the time.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Well, listen,
so we get to the Classic. Check this out. We get to the Classic, and Hunter, we get there. There's this massive line, right? Just huge. And Hunter's supposed to be downstairs in one of the booths, and so I push him off the wheelchair and I drop him off outside, and I walk up and I'm like, hey, how do we get in? He's got to be in one of the booths, and the lady's like, you got to go over there to talk to these people. So I walked over and talked to them, and I'm like, hey, he's got to be downstairs in the booth. And so little jibber jabber back and forth, and the first sale of the day was John selling himself and Hunter to get exhibitor passes into the Classic, so we can get him in. And then later people are like, how'd you get that? I'm like, well, don't worry about that.
I love that.
Had to get my little buddy where he needed to be.
Yeah.
So it's a good time.
Yeah. Well, listen, my friend, you're a good man, and I always enjoy talking with you. Thank you for coming on. And I know you got lots to do, and so I'm going to let you get back to your day. But thank you so much again for coming on. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your commitment to your own self. And I can't wait to hear about you getting back on the water.
Thank you, buddy. I can't thank you enough. I mean, you've put up with me for years.
No.
It's you've been one of my favorite people. You still are.
Thank you.
You're a fantastic person.
I appreciate that.
And thank you for having me on.
Yeah. Anytime you want.
All right, boss. I'll holler at you later.
All right. Take care, man.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye. Well, there you guys go. Can't ask for a better guy. He served his country. He sacrificed, and had his own set of challenges coming back in and being comfortable in his skin, and as many service men and women do, and probably went through some dark times, like a lot of service men and women. Well, like a lot of human beings do, and we didn't really need to revisit it again today because I think we've told that story before with him. But He's one of the nicest guys. And if the guy just had a 3-point shot, he'd be unstoppable because he's like, what is he, like 6'6"? He's a tall dude. But yeah, it was great having him on the show. And thank you guys for tuning in this week. All right, I didn't get much chance to talk to look at the chat today. Flak Jackets wins their restock. They arrived yesterday, so they'll be up next week. I miss T-Rex's sales abilities. I enjoyed meeting Carol. I'm not moving to Texas. Congrats to Paxton. I don't know. Oh, Paxton placed 4th this past weekend. Oh my God, that's amazing. That is amazing. Let's see. She said she texted me. Let's see if I got some pictures. I sure do. Oh, gangster. Look at this fish. I mean, once again, somebody beat my PB. Look at that little face. Aw. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. We need to put that up on the trophy room so I can show it. So, let's see. Freshwater Cartel. What is the golden ticket number? It's 46302. How's that? I'm just kidding. All right, let me see what else we got in the chat here. Street tacos make me happy too. A lot of talk about opioids and back issues. What else did we learn today? All right, so what we learned today is that Rick is sending out stickers to kids that have a fish drinking beer. Clearly his quality assurance skills have slipped. What else? Fish tacos are good. Yeah. Shingles on my butt, all better, Rick. They're better. The shingles are better. What else happened this past week? Well, we'll get into that next week. I'm going to see if I can get him on the show. But anyway, so listen, you guys, we had a great time today, and thank you guys for all tuning in. Golden tickets. Your box has an individually numbered golden ticket. You know the routine. Put it in the chat. And if I call out your number, email me at rick@monsterbass.com. And name, address, cell phone, and shirt size. And I'll take care of you because we are cleaning out the garage for the move, which means we got a lot of stuff that we got to get rid of. So let's see your numbers. We're going to pick one. What's wrong with Texas? I never said anything's wrong with Texas. All I said was that I'm not moving there. Come on, guys. My son just got here along with his friend Dee Dee. Hello. Hi. 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 All right, let's see what we got here. Marty Lawson's birthday is Monday, which means he's going to be the guest on Wednesday. We need to have him back to talk about his birthday. Marty Lawson, are you up for it? You can be the guest. We'll have some tackle tips, tackle hacks with Marty. And we'll see how that goes. We're not leaving until Marty says yes or no. Jordan Sutton's birthday, Saturday. Happy birthday. Maybe Jordan Sutton needs to come on the show. Marty, we're waiting. Carol says yes. Until then, I'm just sitting in my kitchen talking to myself because, you know, we let our guest go. Now we're all waiting on Marty. Oh, Marty Lawson said yes. We're going to have a great show next week. Our friend from the Pentagon, Marty Lawson, will be on the show with, we're probably going to have T-Rex back because his birthday's coming up. Maybe what we should just do is all our guests are predicated by your birthday. So if you want to be a guest on the show, hook yourself up. Also, one other thing, there will be a Pro Staff Live next week. So if you're on Pro Staff, I will send you an invitation for next Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific. So that way everyone can be out of work and we can power through it. So can we transfer golden tickets into reward points? Remember how we talked about how I need to retire someday? Like, I can't keep giving everything away. I'm going to be broke. So, all right. Tonight's golden ticket is... There we go. Oh. All right, tonight's golden ticket winner is 56693. If I called your number, email me at rick@monsterbass.com. And congratulations. Thank you guys for your support. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you guys next week with Marty Lawson. And hopefully my name won't be Homeless Rick. Hopefully it will be something different because I've found a place to live. So I'll see you guys all. And... have a great night. Bye, guys.